In a dark, hidden cave, explorers uncovered incredible creatures and mysterious findings that left everyone in awe. They could hardly believe their eyes.
What's going on down there?
Being quiet.
Capturing every detail in hopes of uncovering secrets. But what followed was beyond imagination. From ancient treasures to eerie bones and strange remains, curious to know more. Join us as we reveal these shocking discoveries that stunned the world.
Check that out.
Cave Secret. It all started as a simple adventure. Two guys were curious about a 150-foot deep hole they'd heard whispers about, so they decided to check it out. Carefully making their way down, they reached the bottom and were stunned by what they saw. A hidden cave tucked beneath the earth. Inside, they found strange structures, shapes that didn't seem like anything nature could have made alone. The odd forms made them wonder if something or someone had crafted them. This unexpected discovery left them wondering about the mysteries lying just beneath our feet. What else could be hidden down there? Ancient people in caves. One day, a group of friends decided to explore a cave, excited to find out what secrets it might hold. As they ventured deeper into the dark, something strange caught their eye. The walls were covered in odd patterns, unlike anything they'd ever seen before. The designs looked as if they held some kind of meaning, though none of them could quite make sense of it. But that wasn't all. As they took a closer look, they found clear signs that ancient people had once lived in this very cave. This surprising discovery made them wonder about the long-lost history of the place and the lives of those who once called it home. Marble Mine. Looking for a little adventure, a group of guys decided to check out an old marble mine, just hoping to have a little adventure. As they went further inside, they noticed something odd. The walls had strange markings and structures that didn't quite fit with the rest of the cave's natural look. As they explored more, they stumbled upon something even more surprising: tiny purple crystals scattered around the cave floor and walls. That's when they realized they hadn't just wandered into any regular cave, they had found a crystal cave. What began as a simple, laid-back exploration quickly turned into an unexpected discovery, leaving them with a lot more to wonder about than they had bargained for. Strange structures. It all happened when a man decided to explore a cave just out of curiosity. As he moved through the dark, rocky passages, he stumbled upon something that completely caught him off guard. Right there in front of him were these strange, pointy structures sticking out from the cave walls. They looked so flawlessly shaped, almost too perfect to be something nature would have made on its own. He couldn't help but wonder what they were. Were they connected to some scientific discovery, or was there an even bigger mystery behind them? The sight of those unusual formations sparked a deep curiosity in him, making him wonder if there was more to this cave than he would ever imagine. Devil's Hole. Imagine an underworld hidden inside a mysterious cave. That's what a team of cave explorers, known as speleologists, felt when they stumbled upon something unbelievable. Deep in the cave, they found a massive blue sinkhole that left everyone stunned. No one knows for sure how this cave was originally formed, but caves like this often happen when layers of rock collapse, making space for water to fill and shape the area over time. With the years passing, these holes grow wider and deeper, and now here we are, exploring one of these incredible sinkholes, wondering about the secrets it might hold. Stalagmite circles. Another incredible discovery lies even deeper within a different cave, a sight that left people speechless. Back in 1990, a group of archaeologists, led by François Rousseau, found something amazing in Brunel Cave in southern France. Carefully arranged circles made from stalagmites set in semicircles. These weren't just random. The stalagmites were intentionally broken and placed in layers of circles. Scientists used special techniques to figure out that Neanderthals had built these formations roughly 175,000 years ago. This discovery was huge because it showed one of the oldest human-made structures ever found. These ancient circles gave a new look into the creativity and abilities of early humans, making the site unique and historically special. Cave Dragon Encounter. The two young guys' adventure took an unexpected turn when they went deep into a cave in Mexico. There, in the dim light, they saw something they could hardly believe, a creature that looked like a dragon, only it didn't have wings. It crawled slowly across the cave floor, leaving them frozen in shock. The creature reminded them of the legendary cave worms mentioned in old stories, but no one had ever actually seen such a thing in real life. News of this sighting spread quickly, with some people calling it a hoax or even claiming it was just CGI. But was it truly a dragon or something even stranger? What would you believe? Bony Cave. Caves can hold more than strange creatures and hidden treasures, as one man found out when he stumbled upon something eerie. Deep in the cave, he came across piles of bones that looked to be around 500 to 1,000 years old, all neatly arranged. It was as if someone had carefully gathered and stacked them, almost like they were placed there for a purpose. Maybe they were part of an ancient tradition, or perhaps they held some other mysterious meaning. This unusual find left people with many questions. What had happened in this cave, and why were the bones placed so precisely? Abandoned Cave. Stepping into the abandoned cave, you could feel the age in the air, as if no one had set foot there in years. The walls were damp, covered in thick moss, making the cave feel colder and darker. Dim light barely reached the rusted chains hanging from the ceiling, their metal worn and forgotten. Most of the chains were still, except for one, which gently swayed back and forth as if an unseen hand had touched it. The quiet creaking sound echoed softly, adding to the eerie silence. It made you wonder, what were these chains used for, and could something hidden still be lurking there in the shadows? Man in Cave. While a group of researchers was exploring in the mountains, they spotted a cave in the distance. Driven by curiosity, they decided to check it out, but they never expected what they found inside. Out of the shadows, a small human-like creature appeared. It stared at them briefly, then disappeared back into the dark. The creature had a glowing head that oddly reminded them of a character from the popular game Among Us. This left them with one big question. Was it an alien or just an imposter? And if it was an imposter, they might want to get it out of there. Demon Encounter. It began as a simple adventure, but deep in the shadows of the cave, this man was about to find himself face to face with something he'd only imagined in his worst nightmares. Suddenly, there it was, a strange blackened creature standing silently in the shadows as if it had been waiting just for him. The man's heart raced as he became convinced he was facing a mountain demon. Panicked, he started sprinkling what looked like salt on the creature while muttering something under his breath, hoping it might keep the demon at bay. Still, his curiosity pulled him closer, almost tempting him to reach out and touch it. But thankfully, he soon realized this was a risk he didn't want to take and decided to leave the cave before things got any stranger. He left the demonic creature behind, still lurking in the shadows. Goat Man. In another cave, a group of adventurers had their own bizarre encounter. They came face to face with a creature that was both fascinating and terrifying. The Goat Man. This strange being looked like a giant, muscular goat with rough, dark fur covering its body. The most striking part, the two large, curved horns that jutted out from its head. Its eyes glowed with a strange light, watching the explorers with a mix of curiosity and caution, almost like it was deciding if it should come closer or stay back. The adventurers stood there, stunned, not sure what to make of this incredible sight. They couldn't shake the feeling that they had just discovered something truly mysterious in the depths of the cave. Cave Xenomorph. Exploring can lead to some surprising encounters, and this next one is straight out of a sci-fi movie. While hiking through a dense forest, a man spotted an unusual cave and decided to take a closer look. As he ventured inside, he was shocked to see a strange humanoid figure crawling toward him in an almost unnatural way. It looked like he had wandered into the creature's territory, and its odd movements made him uneasy. The true nature of this creature is still unknown, sparking endless speculation. To me, it looked like something pulled right from a science fiction thriller, a real-life xenomorph, if you will. Ice Cave Ghost. High up in the snowy Austrian mountains, a strange video has surfaced, showing what appears to be a ghostly figure climbing up a frozen cave wall. In the footage, you can see a faint shimmery shape that glides effortlessly, ignoring the people watching from below. Many believe this might be an actual cave ghost, while others are more skeptical, saying it could just be a trick of the light. The sight left the viewers feeling a mix of wonder and fear. So what do you think? Could this be a real paranormal encounter or just an eerie illusion? Mysterious carvings in the cave. Picture yourself stepping into a hidden chamber beneath Lake Arabian in Wales, a place called the Secret Grotto that's been there since the 1600s. This underground chamber has a strange, eerie vibe that gives off a sense of mystery. Its walls are covered in unusual carvings, some of which feel downright creepy, like one that shows a skull. People who visit say it's like stepping back in time, surrounded by the unsettling art on the walls. Each carving seems to tell a story, leaving visitors to wonder about the people who may have been here long ago and what their lives were like. Crawling bat. It's hard to believe how unsettling vampire bats can be until you see them up close. At the North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro, North Carolina, these bats are both fascinating and spooky. With their dark, leathery wings and sharp little fangs, they live up to their reputation. But one bat in particular took creepy to a whole new level as it crawled on the ground in a strange way, almost like it had a mind of its own. Watching it move made you wonder, was it just a regular bat or was there something more mysterious to it? Treasure in the cave. During a treasure hunt in a cave, a group of explorers made an incredible discovery. While digging deep underground, they stumbled upon a treasure that had been hidden away for millions of years. As they carefully cleared away the dirt and rock, they uncovered beautiful jewelry and ancient artifacts, each giving clues about a lost civilization and a time long forgotten. What was even more amazing was that everything was in perfect condition, as if untouched by time. The explorers were stunned, imagining the people who had once made and used these treasures so long ago. Sound of a demon. Under the depths of the dry bed of the Euphrates, a chilling discovery was made that might just keep you up at night. While exploring the river's depths, a group of men heard an eerie growling noise, something that didn't sound remotely human. When people listened to the recordings, some claimed it was the voice of a demon, while others reported hearing the clinking of chains moving underground. These haunting sounds deepened belief in the ancient prophecy of the Euphrates. Could these noises truly be the growls of a hidden demon, or perhaps a chained angel? Secret bunkers. High up in the Swiss Alps during World War II, Switzerland built hidden bunkers to protect itself in case Germany decided to invade. These bunkers were part of a clever defense system, with tunnels and structures that blended seamlessly into the mountain landscape. They were designed to look like they were just part of the natural scenery, making them nearly impossible for enemies to spot. The Swiss plan was to keep their defenses hidden, prepared to protect their country without drawing attention. Even today, some of these secret bunkers remain, showcasing Switzerland's smart approach to staying safe during such a dangerous time. Mysterious cave hole. Driving near a mountain, a group of friends spotted something strange, a perfectly round hole in the rock that looked out of place against the rugged landscape. This odd sight sparked their curiosity, making them wonder if the cave had some hidden purpose. As they got closer, their minds filled with questions. Was it part of some secret project? Could it be an alien hideout, or maybe something the government wanted to keep under wraps? The mystery of the cave left them puzzled and curious as they drove away, unsure of what they had just seen. Hell discovered. A group of men exploring some old mines had a creepy experience they'll never forget. Everything was fine until deep inside, they suddenly heard terrifying screams echoing through the tunnels. To make it worse, sand began to fall from the ceiling, sending them running back to safety. Shaken, they couldn't help but wonder if they'd just heard something from the depths of hell, or if some kind of evil presence was lurking in the mine. The unsettling experience left them with a lot of questions about those haunting sounds. Giant footprint. a man stumbled upon a huge footprint, about 1.2 meters long, pressed into the granite. While some people thought it was proof of a giant, he believed it was just a result of natural erosion, similar to other strange shapes formed in rocks. But seeing the footprint in person got him thinking. Granite would need extreme heat to melt and leave an impression, so what if an ancient giant had somehow left this mark? Despite his doubts, the footprint attracted everyone's attention, and for a moment he wondered if it could actually be more than just a natural formation. Satan's Cave. A group of friends decided to explore a deep tunnel that, according to local legend, led to a place known as Satan's Cave. As they ventured further inside, the tunnel grew narrower, taking them into even darker and tighter passageways. The deeper they went, the more the air seemed to close in around them. Finally, they noticed something eerie, faces carved into the stone walls. The expressions on these faces were disturbing, and strange writings surrounded them, full of symbols that didn't make much sense. It was at that moment they realized why this place had earned the name Satan's Cave. Lobster in Cave. A YouTuber set off on an adventure to explore underwater caves and check out the local wildlife. As he swam deeper, he was shocked to come across a massive lobster, much larger than he'd expected. Eager to capture this unusual creature on camera, he swam further in, forgetting how far he'd gone. The tunnels around him all started to look the same, and he realized he'd lost his way. For a while he searched, swimming through dark passages in hopes of finding the exit. Finally, he spotted a familiar path and hurried back to safety, feeling a wave of relief as he escaped the maze-like cave. Skulls in Cave. While searching for treasure in a cave, a group of explorers stumbled upon something unexpected. Several human skulls placed together on the ground. They looked old, as if they'd been there for a long time. One of the explorers took a video and shared it online, sparking a lot of interest. Reactions were mixed. Some thought the skulls might belong to ancient people who had once lived in the caves, while others believed it was just a setup to scare off curious visitors. In the end, no one knew for sure where the skulls came from, leaving the mystery unsolved. Mummy Cave Ruin. The ancient ruins in Arizona's Canyon de Chelly National Monument provide a glimpse into the history of local tribes that have lived there for more than 5,000 years. This includes the ancestral Puebloans, who built the original villages still visible in photos, and the Navajo, who arrived around 1700. Over thousands of years, wind and water sculpted the canyon, giving it the unique look we see today. The Navajo now own and help manage the canyon, along with the National Park Service. Some Navajo families continue to live in the canyon, preserving their customs and traditions in one of North America's oldest continuously inhabited places. Their strong bond with the land has helped keep this area's history and culture alive, making it a truly special place. Giant footprint in the cave. During their adventure in a cave, a family stumbled upon an unusual sight on the ground, a massive footprint. This print was significantly larger than a typical footprint, sparking their curiosity about what creature might have made it. As word got out, people started showing up to see it for themselves. Some believed it might be the footprint of an ancient giant, while others thought it was just a carving someone made as art. Visitors had different ideas. Some saw it as a relic from ancient times, and others thought it was just a creative design. In the end, nobody could agree on what it really was, keeping the mystery alive. One-eyed statue. In Mexico, researchers exploring a cave discovered something incredible: the remains of what looked like a one-eyed giant. This unusual find reminded them of ancient legends about giants, especially since some old statues depict similar figures. The Solitude Caves, where they made this discovery, are famous for their strange creatures and artifacts. The most intriguing part of this find is that the giant only had one eye, making people wonder about its story. How did it lose its eye? Some believe these caves might actually hide more giant creatures, fueling endless curiosity about what else could be waiting in the shadows. Grave with stork beaks. A cave discovery in Siberia led researchers back in time to uncover secrets of an ancient shaman. In 2018, they found two mysterious graves that raised many questions. Inside, they found bones arranged to look like birds, leading some people to think these were graves of mythical birdmen. However, scientists soon revealed that these remains actually belonged to a shaman from 5,000 years ago. Next to the grave, 50 stork beaks were placed in a careful arrangement, possibly part of a ritual costume. This unique find gave researchers a glimpse into the spiritual practices of that time. Skull cups. While exploring a huge Eerie cave in Somerset, England, a team of archaeologists came upon something that left them uneasy. They found 14,700-year-old skulls that had been carefully shaped into cups. These skull cups, crafted from human remains, were shocking and even a little creepy. Each one had been carefully smoothed and shaped, showing just how skilled the people of that time were. Researchers think these skulls were used as tools, adding a mysterious layer to the history of the ancient people who created them. Hibernating bear. A construction crew was in for a surprise when their machinery accidentally disturbed a massive grizzly bear. The bear, standing a towering 10 feet tall on its hind legs, emerged from its den, clearly confused and angry at being woken up during hibernation. Its size and deep growls showed just how powerful it was, reminding everyone of the need to respect wildlife, especially during hibernation when animals are most vulnerable. This encounter highlighted how important it is to be mindful of natural habitats, especially with creatures as formidable as a grizzly. Old treasure. As archaeologists began their dig in Guattari Cave in Italy, they didn't anticipate uncovering anything particularly extraordinary. This was the same cave where a Neanderthal skull had been discovered back in 1939. As they dug deeper, they found ancient remains that could tell them more about the environment where life in Italy began. The team was thrilled as they realized how important this discovery was. It wasn't just a big deal for Italy, it could change the way people understood Neanderthals and the early environment they lived in. Experts agreed it was a groundbreaking find, one that could help researchers learn more about Neanderthals and life in ancient Italy. This discovery was set to make waves around the world and bring new insights into the early history of human life. Mysterious cave. While exploring an old site, a man stumbled upon a strange, narrow hole that seemed to lead to a hidden cave. Nearby, he noticed a wooden beam, as if someone had once used it to get in or out of the cave. The hole was so tight, it didn't seem like a regular person could fit through. This made him wonder who or what could have created it. Could it be something mysterious? The odd opening left him with more questions than answers, sparking a curiosity about what might be hidden below. Complex cave structure. An old story told of a stone house near a secret cave, though the exact location had been lost over time. After years of searching, only a small piece of the house was found, hidden behind thick bushes. Curious, a group of conservationists decided to look deeper. During their search, they discovered an entrance to a cave that turned out to be much larger than they expected. Inside, they found ancient symbols carved into the walls, likely made by the Varangian people. This unexpected discovery in the heart of Kyiv surprised everyone. What started as a simple search based on an old tale ended up uncovering a piece of forgotten history, drawing the attention of both experts and the public. Dragon in the hole. While exploring a cave, a man uncovered something unusual at the bottom of a deep shaft. Buried under dirt and rocks was a shape that looked like a dragon's head, just like the ones described in old legends. The sight raised many questions and sparked curiosity among those who saw it. Could it really be a dragon's skull? Or was it just another mystery waiting to be explored? If it was real, how did it end up deep inside this cave? Some called it the skull of an ancient dragon who might have spent his last days hidden away. The discovery left everyone wondering if they had just found the remains of a legendary creature. Creepy face. As a man walked by a cave, something odd caught his eye inside. He spotted what looked like a face carved right into the rock. His curiosity got the better of him, so he stepped closer to check it out. The more he looked, the more realistic the face appeared. It had details that seemed way too precise for just a random rock formation. He couldn't help but wonder, was this face shaped by nature over years and years, or was something else going on here? It seemed almost too perfect to be natural, raising all sorts of questions in his mind. Even as he walked away, he couldn't stop thinking about it. Was it just a strange coincidence, or did this face mean something deeper? Freemasonry. A man decided to explore an abandoned cave, but he found something way different from what he expected. Inside, he stumbled upon a pile of tiny shoes, all neatly arranged in one spot. It looked like they'd been placed there with some kind of purpose. But that wasn't the only weird thing. There were also some bones scattered around. They looked like they came from animals, but the shoes were throwing him off. Animals don't wear shoes, right? And these shoes were old, definitely out of place. The mix of the bones and shoes together felt strange, as if there was more to the story that he couldn't quite figure out. Strange being. While recording a vlog in a cave, a man suddenly found himself face to face with a strange creature that definitely didn't seem thrilled he was there. The creature's eyes glowed in the dark, and it stared at him in a way that made him shiver. Uneasy and a little freaked out, he decided it was best to head back to safety. Even after he left, the encounter left him with a bunch of questions. What kind of creature was that? Was it a known animal or something totally different? When he reviewed his footage later, he wondered if he'd ever be brave enough to go back to that cave again. Hiker rescued. On a Tuesday afternoon, 2 hikers found themselves in a tricky situation in the BS Canyon area of Weber County, Utah. Realizing they were lost and couldn't find the trail, they made the smart decision to call for help instead of trying to make it out on their own. A search and rescue team from Weber County quickly set out to find them, even using a drone to scan the area. Within just 15 minutes of launching, the drone spotted the 2 hikers on the mountainside. Thanks to the quick response, the rescue team was able to reach them and make sure they'd be safe soon. Beatriz Flamini. Beatriz Flamini, a 50-year-old climber from Madrid, recently finished an incredible journey, spending 500 days alone in a cave in southern Spain. She finally emerged, stepping into the sunlight after living 230 feet underground. During her time there, she had no contact with the outside world. When she came out, her friends and supporters were waiting, thrilled to see her and celebrate her amazing accomplishment. She'd started her adventure on November 21, 2021, and she described her experience as excellent and unbeatable. Beatrice shared how much she appreciated the quiet and solitude, and her journey has sparked a lot of curiosity. Many people are now eager to learn what insights she gained from her time alone in the depths of the cave. And that's a wrap on some of the most mysterious cave discoveries ever. Want more mysteries? Hit subscribe and join us next time for more incredible stories. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next adventure.